Have you ever felt like love and connection are just slipping through your fingers? Like no matter how much you pray, hope, or try, the relationships you long for remain just out of reach? Maybe it's a broken friendship, a distant family member, or even a sense of loneliness within your own heart. But what if I told you there are words, divine words, that can transform your life, creating bonds of love and understanding in ways you never thought possible? Imagine this. In just days, those walls of distance start to crumble, replaced by warmth, understanding, and the kind of love that feels almost miraculous. The Bible holds these secrets, and today, we'll uncover 10 powerful verses that don't just teach about love, they unlock it, bringing it into your life faster than you can imagine. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know these verses, you'll understand how to use them to heal, attract, and deepen the relationships that matter most to you. These aren't just random verses. They're carefully chosen passages that carry the wisdom of centuries, with the power to speak directly to your heart and the hearts of others. You'll discover how the right words at the right time can mend wounds, soften hearts, and build bridges where there were once only walls. And here's the urgency. These verses aren't just meant to be read, they're meant to be lived. When you apply them, you'll start to see a shift almost immediately. The kind of shift that brings unexpected kindness from a stranger or reopens the door to a relationship you thought was lost forever. Stay with me until the end, because the last verse on this list isn't just about love. It's about creating a divine connection that could change your life forever. If you're as excited as I am to dive into these verses and transform your relationships, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This channel is dedicated to guiding you through the most powerful spiritual principles, helping you grow closer to God and closer to the people you love. Don't miss the wisdom and inspiration waiting for you here. And here's why you absolutely need to stay until the very end. I'm going to reveal a verse so profound that it's been described as the ultimate key to unlocking connection, not just with others, but with yourself and with God. It's a verse that could bring the peace and love you've been searching for, faster than you ever thought possible. Here are 10 verses that could transform your understanding of love in 2025, with deeper insights into how to apply them. Verse 1. John 4 verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. Fear is often what stops us from opening up to love. Whether it's fear of rejection, heartbreak, or vulnerability, it creates barriers to meaningful connection. This verse teaches that real love isn't about perfection, it's about trust. When you allow yourself to love fully, fear starts to fade. In 2025, ask yourself, what fears are holding you back from giving and receiving love? Let them go and let love in. Verse 2, Proverbs 10 verse 12. Hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers over all wrongs. This teaching is about the power of love to heal and unite. We live in a world where grudges and division are easy to fall into. But love, real love, acts as a peacemaker, helping us rise above conflict. This doesn't mean ignoring issues, but choosing forgiveness and empathy instead of resentment. In 2025, how can you choose love as your response to challenges? Verse 3, Song of Solomon 8 verse 7. Many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away. This verse beautifully captures love's endurance. Real love isn't fleeting or fragile. It withstands challenges, distance, and even time. It reminds us that true connections don't disappear when things get hard. In your relationships next year, reflect on this. Are you showing up with a love that endures, or are you letting life's currents pull you away? Verse 4, Peter 4 verse 8. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. Love is not about perfection. Deep love means forgiving mistakes and choosing to see the best in others. This teaching is a reminder that love grows when we look beyond faults and focus on connection. In 2025, consider this. Are you holding on to grudges that block love from growing in your life? Verse 5, Ephesians 4 verse 2. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Love thrives on patience and kindness. This verse encourages us to slow down and meet people where they are. Being humble and gentle doesn't mean being passive. It means approaching relationships with an open heart and a steady hand. As you navigate your relationships next year, how can you embody this calm, nurturing approach? Verse 6, John 13 verses 34 to 35. Love one another as I have loved you. This teaching challenges us to love with action, not just words. It reminds us that love isn't passive. It's about stepping up for others and treating them with the same care we wish to receive. In 2025, reflect on how you're showing love in your actions. Are you giving as much as you're expecting? Verse 7, Romans 12 verse 10. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Devotion and selflessness create the strongest bonds. This verse teaches us that real love isn't about keeping score. It's about prioritizing others and valuing their needs. In 2025, ask yourself, are you showing up for the people you care about in ways that reflect true devotion? Verse 8, Matthew 22, verse 39. Love your neighbor as yourself. This verse is a call to balance. It teaches us that love flows outward from within. To truly love others, you must first respect and care for yourself. In the coming year, focus on self-love as the foundation for all your relationships. How can you treat yourself with the kindness you hope to receive from others? Verse 9, Colossians 3 verse 14. Over all these virtues put on love, which binds them together in perfect unity. Love is the force that brings everything together. It connects all the virtues, kindness, patience, humility, and turns them into something greater. This verse reminds us that love is the essence of harmony. In 2025, how can you make love the unifying force in your life and relationships? Verse 10, Zephaniah 3 verse 17. The Lord your God takes great delight in you. In love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you. This final verse is about recognizing your worth. It teaches that love starts with knowing you are already valued, cherished, and celebrated, just as you are. When you embrace this truth, you radiate confidence and attract love naturally. In 2025, remind yourself, you are enough, and you are deeply loved. These teachings aren't just ancient words. They're a guide to transforming how you approach love and relationships. Modern psychology echoes many of these principles. Studies show that practicing patience, kindness, and forgiveness reduces stress, strengthens relationships, and improves overall well-being. Science also tells us that self-love is essential for attracting meaningful connections, aligning perfectly with the idea that love starts within. Love isn't something that magically appears when the right person comes along. It's something you cultivate by the way you treat yourself and others. These principles are universal, offering practical tools to create deeper, more fulfilling connections in every area of life. So, as you step into 2025, think about this. How can you live out these values to create a life filled with love? The love you're seeking doesn't just find you, it grows from within you. When you embody these truths, you'll radiate the kind of energy that attracts the relationships you truly deserve.